Let's just jump right in. Picture a classroom about 20 years ago. I want to introduce you to Farrukh. Back then, he literally defined the term invisible student. He wasn't acting out or being aggressive, not at all. He was just unseen. He's the kid sitting way in the back row, saying absolutely nothing, maybe turning in his work a little late, and honestly just trying to stay completely off the radar. To most of his teachers, it's like he wasn't even in the room. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're looking at a deeply emotional, almost cinematic story from Ehaas-R stories called The Thank You That Came 20 Years Late. This is such a fascinating piece because it perfectly balances two very different perspectives: a student's long-delayed gratitude and a teacher's heavy, quiet burden of simply never knowing. Let's look at how these two timelines finally collide. Part 1, what she did, and seeing the unseen. So our story starts in this warm, sepia-toned memory with Miss Amira. She's a 32-year-old Urdu literature teacher, about 7 years into her career, and she had this truly rare gift. She realized Farrukh wasn't just checked out. He was just, as she put it, still becoming. And she picked up on these tiny, microscopic details everyone else completely missed. Like how he'd stay late after class, not even to talk, just to linger in the room. Or how, when they covered a poem he actually loved, he'd suddenly turn his essay in 2 days early. When she read his work aloud anonymously, he'd sit up just a little bit straighter. Because she actually saw him, she responded. She'd give him a bit of extra time on his assignments, and instead of just marking up his papers with a red pen, she wrote real, thoughtful, flowing comments right there in the margins. The real turning point in this early memory is when she said one specific sentence to the whole class. She said, "Some people think in ways that take longer to arrive on paper." Now, she didn't name him, but letting that silence hang in the room, Farrukh just knew she meant him. He didn't say a single word back, but right then and there, he felt entirely seen. Fast forward 2 decades, and we step out of that warm memory into a very crisp modern present. Farrukh is 41 now. He's definitely no longer that invisible kid in the back row. He's actually found his voice and is working as an earnestly published writer, even writing his own bi-weekly column for a respected journal. Which brings us to what he became, and the catalyst of a photograph. So he's at this stage in his life, sitting at his desk, when the past and present just completely crash into each other. A friend texts him a photo of Miss Amira. She's older now, getting an award at a retirement function. And just staring at that picture, man, all those memories come flooding back. He remembers those careful notes in the margins. He remembers the extra time she gave him. He remembers that exact sentence she said to the class. And then it hits him. This really heavy, profound realization: he never actually thanked her. He's been carrying around this massive, unspoken debt for 20 years. Moving on to the letter and finding the right words. Farrukh manages to track down her address using the school alumni network. But a quick email just isn't going to cut it for something this big. He decides he needs to sit down and write a physical, printed letter. It actually takes him 4 slow, deliberate drafts to distill 20 whole years of emotion onto a single page. Draft 1, way too long. Draft 2, crumpled up, still too long. Draft 3 gets tossed out too. Finally, he nails it with Draft 4. He prints it, signs it, seals it in an envelope, and drops it in the mail. It's almost like a visual echo of her old margin notes, right? The writing is finally flowing back the other way, from the student to the teacher. Before he folded up that final draft, this is exactly what he wrote. "You saw something in me I couldn't see yet. I became a writer. I don't think I would have without knowing that someone thought I was worth the extra time." He sends it out into the complete unknown, not even sure if she'd remember some quiet kid from the back row 2 decades ago. Part 4, her response and the fullest gold. Well, she definitely remembered him. And she didn't just fire back a quick email either. She picked up the phone and called him directly. This is really the warmest, most emotional peak of the whole explainer. The creators call it the fullest gold. On the call, she tells him she actually thinks about those students who are still becoming all the time, never knowing where they ended up. And then she says this: "Knowing that something landed, that's everything." She tells him that letters exactly like his are the whole reason she taught for 31 years. It's absolute proof that giving that extra time was 100% worth it. Let's look at what both carried and the weight of silence. With that one conversation, both of them are instantly lighter. Think about the math here. Farrukh carried 20 years of an unspoken thank you. Ms. Amira carried 31 years of just not knowing what happened to her students. It's an equal weight. His 2 decades of holding on to gratitude balanced perfectly against her 3 decades of wondering. And 1 letter, followed by 1 call, just dissolved the whole thing. So let me ask you directly, who is carrying the not knowing in your past? I guarantee there's a teacher, a parent, a mentor, maybe even a total stranger in your memory who stepped in at exactly the right second, completely changed your trajectory, and to this day, still has absolutely no idea the impact they made. You have the power to change that reality. You can lift that burden of not knowing for them right now, today, with just 1 simple action. 1 letter, 1 call, today. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final thought to hold on to. The thank you that arrives 20 years late is still the most important one you will ever send.